Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Red Live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so last time on Torchwood, we had the cannibalism episode. That was cool. We had a cannibal hillbillies, and we just shotgunned them to death. Well, maybe not to death. I'm not sure Jack actually killed anyone that episode. He did shoot everyone with a shotgun and a handgun, like a revolver, but I don't think he shot anyone in anywhere vital. He just immobilized everyone, and then they just got taken by the police, I think. I do want to point out, though, that apparently that song, that like theme that played when Jack just busted through the wall and just started shooting everyone, apparently that's either his theme or the basis for his theme, and it's entirely because Murray Gold, I believe it is him, he just like listened to that and he was like, and he saw it with that scene and he was like, here it comes with a renegade tractor, and then he just made that his theme, and I'm just happy if that is the case, and I'm just gonna be really happy whenever that starts playing now. If it does, I assume it will, because that's just gonna be his theme, isn't it? So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I'm just gonna be really happy because every time I'm just gonna be thinking back to the fucking tractor and shooting the cannibals with a shotgun, which is like, it's my favorite moment in Torchwood so far. That previous episode is actually like legitimately like really good. It's my favorite so far too, because it's just fucked. It's just fucking stupid fucked. But yeah, that was awesome. The other thing though, is that they did like end the episode like dropping this thing where it's just like, Gwen is just shitting on Reese and she's fucking Owen, and I'm just like, sure, like, I feel like anyone can do better than Owen, but sure. Gwen's horny, I suppose. And I did mention that maybe Tosh might feel something about that as well, from like small hints, so that could be the case. I also didn't even notice, but when I was editing the episode, whenever Tosh made the joke of like, need help getting it up, Owen was like, if I did, I wouldn't ask from you, and then Tosh had this face of like, oh, and that just cemented it further. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, we had that. That was pretty much it. It was just a pretty solid, just cannibalism episode. But yeah, Torchwood is just awesome, and like, every time I'm just like, man, what the fuck is even Torchwood doing? People are like, oh, you haven't seen anything yet, and I'm like, really? Okay. Okay, alright. I haven't seen shit yet, apparently. So I suppose we'll see some shit at some point. But yeah, we should just start. So yeah, Torchwood, Season 1, Episode 7. Let's go. Okay, she ran into some alien bullshit, probably. Okay.
Do whores have prayers?
Back to the Future? Okay. What's in here? Okay. You have an interesting character here. I cannot tell if that was the same actress, but I'm just gonna assume it was.
From the depth they found them, 196 years, 11 to 11 and a half months.
Okay.
The Earth's been disturbed, so I'm afraid I can't be more accurate.
I reckon she was shot.
Well, let's get her back to the hub and find out.
So light, you like a girl.
I'm not light, I'm wiry. In fact, girls go mad for it.
I'm not light, I'm wiry.
I need to tell you, no?
Oh my god, okay. This is... Alright, that's happening. This shit between those three is happening. Okay, they're not even trying to, like, downplay it.
I'm really sorry, I think your computer might be dead.
You're kidding. What happened?
Okay, so she said I was no good at sport. Hello. So I said, well, throw something to me and
What happened to the computer?
Oh, I kicked out the plug.
What?
Is this a Tosh episode?
Sometimes I think even that stick up your ass has got to stick up its ass.
Don't be an asshole. Why is he such an asshole? Okay, so this is probably the Tosh episode.
I kind of know who you are.
I think you're mistaken.
Okay.
Toshiko Sato. Born in London 1975, moved to Osaka when you were 2, then
Okay.
back to the UK in 1986.
Okay.
Parents in the RAF. Grandfather worked at Bletchley Park. Very impressive. University, blah blah. Snapped up to government science think tank when you were 20. Recruited to Torchwood 3 years ago.
She knows a lot.
What's most amazing are the similarities with our own culture. But that can be horrible because we find lots of weapons and
I'm gonna have my buy flag ready because
the guys at work, they're great, but they don't see it the way I do. I could be fired just for telling you that.
I
I
mean
want to show you something.
I'm not trustworthy of this woman, but it's the pick of destiny from Tenacious D. Okay,
Coffee count as food if you've got sugar.
she can read the thoughts of other people.
Time, I'm gonna smack him in the face.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I want you to home in on just my thoughts. Ignore everything else.
Okay.
There's just so
You
much
can do it.
you're thinking.
That I want to kiss you. I'm sorry, that was...
No, look, it's...
Sometimes you can't control...
I know. It's fine.
It's been in the family a long time.
I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible.
I want you to keep it.
I can't, Mary.
Please. I've kept it too long. After a while it gets... You hear too much.
Oh,
It changes how you see people.
oh, she's gonna use it on Owen and Gwen and well, the entire team really. Is this the episode where she finds out that everyone is just like, well, that weirdo?
She better not go into one about the computer again.
On in.
Sergeant giving it all. Oh, Gwenny has deigned to call her old mates. She put a weevil in his bathroom.
I've got something to show you.
Sure. Please don't make us sit through another slideshow about the Incas or whatever it was.
The jeans and the boots thing has really kind of had its day.
I found this thing.
What's she talking about? She can be dead weird. So much work in bed. Catholic but grateful, I bet.
Okay.
I can smell Owen. I can smell him on me after that shag in his car this morning. That's twice.
Ooh,
noticed
okay,
that
she's not gonna
time.
say anything now.
It has to be more than 2 times, surely. Long as we keep it just the 2 times, we're fine. What's Tosh looking at?
You okay, Tosh?
When she did that thing, when she ran her tongue across my teeth, I should have worn different trousers. I'm gonna have to sit down till this subsides a bit.
I found this article. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
No worries. Well, thanks for that rambling trip to nowhere, Tosh.
Okay, this episode is just gonna be really, really interesting for just the entire cast, is it? Oh god.
Can't imagine a time when this isn't everything. Pain so constant, like my stomach's full of rats. Feels like this is all I am now. There isn't an inch of me that doesn't hurt.
Phew. Like, literally no one is fine in this fucking team. Everyone needs fucking therapy. You.
I'd have known you'd have my address as well.
Like, who is she? Is she someone, or is she literally just some random chick? And, like, her backstory is, like, real. Like, her background is real.
Things I heard. What they thought of me. They really thought, God, these are people that are supposed to like me.
They do like you. People are complicated. They...
I like that she understands this.
I should have warned you about this.
Yes, she should have.
Deep, so personal. Stuff they're not even aware they're thinking.
Everyone has intrusive thought. Not even intrusive thought, just...
Suddenly you see them for real and they're bastard little kids.
That's not all they are. Everyone is like that to a degree. But people are not as simple as that, either.
They pity me. You don't pity me.
Why would I?
What you're thinking now, that's pretty graphic.
That wasn't my thought.
What?
I wasn't thinking anything that wasn't my thought.
There, that's yours.
Yeah. That was mine.
I certainly seem to be enjoying myself.
You would. You will. You have no ashtrays in your whole house, not one. Lots of love. Owen. I'm guessing that's Owen from work. Owen from the building site yesterday morning.
Okay.
Owen from the photo on your fridge.
Okay.
Put that down.
All I'm saying is I don't want to get in the way of anything.
There's nothing to get in the way of.
What is your agenda?
Some of the things it can do are extraordinary.
What good could ever come of that?
You need to work that out for yourself.
You can, like, stop crime or some shit?
And you.
You could totally do that.
Who are you, Mary?
Yeah.
Is that even your real name?
Okay.
Okay.
Philoctetes. I'm Philoctetes.
Okay. Okay, what now?
Could bandage my hand, say I shut it in a car door. That would explain why the signatures don't match.
Gives me an hour before Lisa gets back to dress up. Gotta be careful. She's starting to notice her tights getting baggy around the crotch.
Sat there with my boobs like something out of the National Geographic.
6 cigarettes today, and all of them post-coital glorious.
Ah, Mr. Thorne, we've been expecting you. We expecting to die.
Okay. She's realizing that everyone's life is kind of a joke.
I'm gonna kill them.
Okay, yes.
Kill them.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill them. Lay their bodies out afterwards and lie next to them.
You can stop crime, absolutely.
So you could stop going fishing?
I have.
Yeah, okay, it was an actual gun.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
It's just like falling asleep, really.
Don't do this to Tony, please!
Then we will be together forever.
Thank you, Tosh.
It's okay. You're okay now.
Okay. Woo!
He's had to tweak some of his initial conclusions.
What happened?
The first being that this isn't in fact a woman, but a man.
Okay, so it was the dude at the beginning.
Very girly man. But unidentified trauma, but...
Unidentified trauma. Do you know anything
Okay.
about Greek mythology?
Let's talk about Greek mythology.
45895 Harkness. A little why?
You ever heard of Philoctetes?
Philoctetes was an archer recruited to fight in the Trojan War. He got in an argument and was marooned on the island of Lemnos for about 10 years.
Just left there.
You were right about the pendant.
I mean,
I see it now. It can be used for good.
What do they say at work?
it will legitimately change you as a person, though. I don't know if for good or for worse, so that literally is up to the person.
So, what's he found out?
I don't know. He's not said anything.
Hmm.
It's kind of strange.
It isn't. It's fine.
No, sure. I mean, if he's keeping stuff from you, there's bound to be a reason.
Ooh, okay, she's... Okay, back here.
You're not still worrying about that, are you?
Okay, so I'm thinking if it isn't a gunshot or a musket shot or whatever they had then, maybe it's some kind of ritual.
Hmm?
You are gorgeous. That reminds you of anything?
That bit in Alien where that thing bursts out of John Hurt?
No, John Hurt.
Don't look at her. You're grinning. So great.
Hey, Tosh. That coffee going back in. What's the matter with him? Why isn't he looking at me?
Think about her palm on the bottom of my spine, her hand in my hair.
No, Gwen, this is good. Can't go on. This is a good thing. Why the hell isn't he looking at me?
Okay. She has it on. She might listen into Jack or something.
Because of the story he told me about you saving a woman and her kid from being murdered by her ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to tell you about that.
So why didn't you?
I don't know. It wasn't a work thing. Just a thing.
So you secretly fight crime, is that it, Tosh?
I didn't want it to look like I was showing off.
The guy they arrested, Henderson, said you heard him muttering to himself as he was walking along, and that's what tipped you off. That's weird. Because when I'm about to murder someone, I'm really careful not to talk to myself about it while I'm in the street.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering how you were getting on with this.
It's ongoing.
Jack is super suspicious.
Like I said, it's ongoing.
He's not thinking anything yet. Hmm?
What?
You know.
Got something on my face? Is it food?
Zoned out.
He's
Well, listen, that was a good save, Tosh. Well done.
He's deliberately not thinking anything because he knows exactly what she's doing. Does he know exactly why, or does he just suspect it? Also, why are you an immortal that kills people, by the way, lady?
It makes me feel dirty and ashamed.
You kinda should
and
be.
Now, I've been spying on my friends.
Yes?
Some friends.
What's that supposed to mean? Made up my mind.
Tashiko, don't do this.
So they'll probably want to talk to you. Why do you care? It's the pendant they're interested in. They don't care about you.
I go in that place, I won't come out again.
I'll get my boss to
Alright. Cool. Okay. Sure.
Who are you?
Still the person you kissed.
Yeah, you fucked this. I mean, I'm not judging. Honestly, in terms of like aliens that are fuckable, that's not even bad. Alright, so
Say something.
you still don't answer the question. What the fuck are you?
Shagging a woman and an alien.
Which is worse?
Well, I know which one my parents would say.
Execution squads roaming the streets.
Okay.
Dissent of any kind meant death. Or transportation. To what they'd call a feral outpost.
Independent?
It's how my people communicate. The machine you found is a transporter. It brought me here. It can get me home again. I need it back before you dismantle it.
Will you be in danger?
200 years have passed. There'll be a new government. There'll have been 20 new governments by now. I've been forgotten. Like Philoctetes on Lemnos.
So, okay, the alien fell on like the meteor shit in the ship. And then possessed Mary, which was the whore running away. And then it killed the dude. Okay. Is he gonna find out something? Oh, and Harper. Oh, he's looking into his own shit.
The weight of it. The depravity. The fear.
Did he see a case like this before and he's looking into that?
Heart removed.
Yeah?
Some postmortem.
Yeah, he saw it before.
I can't forget the things I've seen. The things I've heard.
Removed.
Okay, it's a sequence.
How far back does it go?
To 100 years.
I had hope. I'd see something. Some little random act of kindness, and it made me think we were safe. There's some essential good in us.
This is impossible.
There isn't. It's like one of the weevils. I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do.
Get me into Torchwood.
And she did, and we're here. Well, now we gotta have an alien boss fight probably, because I don't trust this lady.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where out the sacred river ran, through caverns measureless.
Xanadu's a good Rush song, by the way.
This what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Jack.
I'm sorry. We haven't been introduced. Jack Harkness. My guess is you're not from around these parts. Now this is incredible.
Mary was a political prisoner. She was exiled here. Look, Jack.
You got half of it right. Mary, it is Mary, isn't it? You want to tell her the really interesting bit? It's a two-man transporter. Room for one prisoner and one guard. You want to tell us what happened to the guard, Mary?
I killed him, but I was disturbed.
I like that she looks like a siren. Like a fucked siren. Was that willing? Or... Okay.
So I
Does
plunged
fucking
my
nothing.
inhuman hand into his chest and plucked out his heart.
Alright. Fatality.
Been doing ever since.
This form needs to be fed.
All the
Right.
punch was all about the size of a fist. You killed all those people.
Yeah?
I fled before any more soldiers came. I had so much to explore.
The way she looks at you with those eyes, she's like an animal.
When they brought that girl into the hospital, I'd only been qualified 6 months. I wanted to throw up. Gonna go for it now.
No!
Let her go, Mary! Let her go!
Toshiko, tell them to give me the transporter. How's this? I'll exchange Toshiko for that one. Your choice.
No, Gwen. Just put the knife down.
Did you hear him? Who did he?
She read my thoughts. She actually read my
What
thoughts.
happened? Did he not want to do? What did he say?
That's what they think of you. That's who you've been working with for all these years.
It's not true.
Trickster God.
Whatever I've done, it doesn't change the way I feel about you.
You're threatening me with murdering me with a knife to my throat.
Don't move. Don't do anything until I say.
Okay, you want the transporter? We want Toshiko. I think that's a fair
I've been trained for this hostage situations. For God's sake, Gwen, think.
You smell different to them. What are you?
I don't know.
You would have put me in a cage. What's happening?
Well, that.
We
I
repurposed it.
reprogrammed it for you.
Yeah.
It's set to enable.
No, she's just gone. But where is she gone to? That was like...
Sort of now.
It was like the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger transportation.
Has she gone home?
I
No.
reset the coordinates.
Where is she?
Where to?
Middle of
Center
space.
of the sun.
Ooh!
Shouldn't be hot. I mean, we sent her there at night and everything.
You killed her.
Yes. Alright. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright.
But I don't know what you want me to do. She's been through enough.
It was really creeping me out.
Okay, all right. Oh, I know we celebrated with this. All right. When did you have this, I don't know, ability?
Just a couple of days.
What did you hear?
A lot.
It was noise, emotion.
Explicit description of your guys' sex life.
The rest was none of my business.
No, it wasn't.
Don't be an asshole. She was spying on them, that is true, but
We can't really take the moral high ground over this
that is true also.
thing between me and Owen.
No, Gwen. What I did was an invasion.
That is true.
This should be my wake-up call. I should stop, but I won't. What does that say about me?
I'm not really in a position to make judgments.
This is also
I'm
true.
saying, Tosh. Neither am I.
So she doesn't blame you. She doesn't guilt you.
Don't let this put you off. The last couple of days, you've had a look about you. Love has suited you.
Okay. Whew. Dude, every episode is just shoot her with a gun. Like,
What do we do with it?
okay, it was fragile too. Didn't even need to shoot it.
Why couldn't I read your mind?
I don't know. Though I could feel you scrabbling around in there.
Oh, he could actually feel it.
It's like you were, I don't know, dead.
I want that list for unit on my desk tomorrow. What do bosses do in situations like these?
That's a good.
You know, regular bosses. Do I get to beat people?
We've got rules for that. I asked her why she gave it to me, and she said after a while it gets to you. It changes how you see people.
Okay.
How can I live with it?
There are some things we're not supposed to know. You got a snapshot. Nothing more.
I don't mean... I mean, the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Or do we just get shots of the world? There's people in it. They're like ants running around, but they all have their own lives and struggles and whatnot. Okay, so that was Greeks bearing gifts. I just googled that just to make sure, and yeah, it is a phrase. It is a Latin phrase from Aeneid, written by Virgil between 29 and 19 BC. It's been paraphrased in English as the proper beware of Greeks bearing gifts. As related in Aeneid, after a 9-year war on the beaches of Troy between the Titans, Greeks from the mainland, and the Trojans, the Greek seer Calchas induces the leaders of the Greek army to win the war by means of subterfuge. Build a huge wooden horse and sail away from Troy as in defeat, leaving the horse behind as a votive offering from a safe journey home. The Trojan horse actually contains a hand-picked team of Greek warriors hidden in its wooden belly. So it is the Trojan horse. And it actually is fitting. I'm glad I looked that up because it is fitting. It is fitting to what this episode did. So beware of Greeks bearing gifts. So that is a reference to Mary, who in this episode was the Trojan horse herself. Well, Tosh kind of was the Trojan horse, I suppose. So she wanted to kind of like destroy Torchwood from the inside by Tosh and use that as a means of sneaking in order to get her ship back, right? Okay, so cool. But here's the thing, is that alright, so Tosh can swing both ways. Canon. Whether or not she wants to swing both ways or not is a different thing, but let's assume she can. Let's assume she wanted to. So cool. Thing is, alright, that aside. So the episode was heavily Tosh centered. If I would say this was the most character center episode we'd had with any of them so far. Like we'd had like a couple wins, but it was mostly like when like we saw things through the eyes of Wen as they were happening through like the entire cast. We saw the Cyberwoman episode. Yanto had an important part in it, but he wasn't necessarily like someone that we mostly followed through. Like it was the entire team versus the Cyberwoman. The Owen episode was the one with the ghost machine where we kind of rooted for him a little bit, and it did serve to like develop his character a little further. This episode, we just followed Tosh. Like, most characters we didn't give a shit for. Was there any scene where Tosh was not the main focus of it? There was a scene where Owen was, like, looking to, like, the medical files. But, like, every other scene, Tosh was in it, and we were following her and her interaction with everyone else. Literally every other scene, I believe, was that. So, yeah, this episode we just followed Tosh, and I'm glad for that, because I'm pretty sure I said this already. Like previous episode, 2 episodes ago, I said like Tosh is the one character that we haven't seen anything from yet, and she's even like the character that like kind of does nothing. Like the character that so far hasn't really done much, and we don't really get to know much about her. So I was just waiting for the Tosh episode, and this episode was nothing but Tosh, which I appreciate. So we already got a vibe for what kind of character Tosh is from previous episodes already. Like we know Tosh, we know what kind of person Tosh is. Thing is, this is a really interesting device. And I suppose plotline for a character like Tosh, in the situation in the situation she's in, as well as what her personal problems are, right? So from previous episode, I saw it, I mentioned it, and it became true, and it's the fact that she had a thing for Owen. And not only that, but she also feels like she feels bad, or the fact that Owen and Wen are fucking. So, and like that's the thing, is that like they didn't start fucking because of the kiss. The kiss happened, and then, well, I suppose it was a build-up, wasn't it? Because that led up to Owen being like, you want to fuck, and then she being like, actually, yeah, I could go down for some of that dick, though. So, I suppose it was all connected, but, like, they started fucking, like, right at the end of previous episode, and this episode was, like, yeah, they've been going at it like fucking rabbits, dude. Like, Tosh is listening in with this alien device that it allows you to read people's thoughts. And, like, so this person, Mary, I'm just gonna call her Mary because fuck it. So, the thing with Mary is that, like, I like a thing that she said earlier, like when Tosh first listening to thoughts, and she was like, people are way more complicated than just that, than just like that one thought that you heard that one time. Because like, that is like a paranoia machine. It really is. It's just like, okay, so that would fuck someone out like really well. Okay, so that would really fuck someone up like massively. How do I don't know, like, I'm thinking to this condition called, it's not even a condition, is it a condition? It's like a side effect of ADHD, and it's called rejection sensitive dysphoria, and I did a lot of reading on it. And the thing about that is that I'm relating it to this, because what Tosh is going through will fuck someone up. The ability to read people's thoughts and hear all of those like random thoughts that they think to themselves about other people and how they feel and all that shit, that will fuck someone up, because like every thought that everyone has, not every thought, but like a lot of them are things that you wouldn't say to other people. And the thing is that not telling those people those things is also a choice. But when that is enclosed to your just own head, you have no filter. And even then, you can't stop helping yourself from thinking things. Like, intrusive thoughts are those intrusive thoughts? Like, let me get an actual definition of intrusive thoughts. They can cause distress. Yeah. Intrusive thought might be violent or disturbing. Yeah. So, like, intrusive thoughts are a thing, right? They're just a thing. They happen to everybody. Thing is that as long as they don't go further from the layer of just like, I thought about it and then I was like, God, no. Then you're good, right? Because it's a choice not to go further with that. It just remains to be a random thought that you had that one time. The thing is that if someone was able to just hear that, they would freak out and they would like see people differently, because it's like, oh, that is what they actually are thinking. And it's like, no, that is not what they're thinking. I mean, yes, but that is not something that defines them as a person. That is just random noise that their brain produce, and you go like, no, never mind that. That's just what it is. For a lot of people, that's just what it is. For everybody, dude. So if you had a machine that is giving you the ability to just listening to that at all times for everybody, your perception of people would change, and your perception of people, perception of you would change. Absolutely. And that is not to say that that is the real selves, because people are so much more complicated and multi-layered than just a random thought that you heard. Like, that's it. And you might think that is who they actually are, because you're listening to their thoughts rather than what they're saying to you. So this is what they're actually thinking. And it's like, no, that is just clutter in their brain. That is not necessarily what defines them as a person. However, it also revealed like a lot of details regarding like Owen and Gwen's like escapades, which did fuck her up, because she also had a thing for Owen. But the thing is that also then she started feeling like shit, because she's like, I'm spying on my friends. Like, I felt terrible because I thought that they were like, they pitied me and they made fun of me or whatever and all those things. But then she's like, wait, I'm spying on them. What the fuck am I doing? Like, and like, I like that became a thing at the end of the episode that they addressed it, because it's not only just like, I feel like shit and you guys made me feel like shit. It's not like, it's also like, I spied on you. I violated your privacy by listening to your thoughts, which is like the one sacred thing that nobody should ever be able to do. And she did it, and she kept it from them, and she kept doing it. So she was just spying on them, and she heard all that crazy shit that they've always have been thinking about for this like past couple days. So Owen is upset about that. He's pretty pissed about it, and I think it is valid to be upset about it. I think he was kind of a dick about it, because that's just Owen, so I'm not even going to say that's out of character. I like the way Gwen handled it, though, which was, like, she felt bad for Tosh, like, genuinely. And I like that, because, like, Gwen is not a heartless monster, like Owen. She's not, and she does care. She's just horny all the time, I suppose. But the thing is that, she approached Tosh, and Tosh was like, she was beating herself down for it, for actually like spying on them. And Gwen was like, I'm not judging you. Like, I am not in a position to make judgment to you, because like, she said, like, this should be like a wake up call for me to just stop doing this shit, but I know I'm not gonna. And Tosh is like, well, yeah, and like you shouldn't, like you can do whatever the fuck you want, and fair. But then Gwen was like, yeah, but that also means that I'm not in a position to judge you for doing what you did, because I know what it's like to be someone to be in a position where you are doing something and you want to stop doing it, and you know you should, but you're not gonna. You're just gonna keep doing it. So, and that kind of is what Tosh did here. And Gwen is like, yeah, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Like, I'm not upset about it. Like, it wasn't cool, but like, what did you spied on the thing that it wasn't supposed to be doing to begin with? Like, yeah, like I like that. So hopefully Tosh will not beat herself down for it way too much. We also learn from like a scene what is going through Yanto's mind, and what is going through Yanto's mind is like, I'm fucking depressed. I hate my life. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Was that what was it? I'm trying to find that scene. What was going through Yanto's head, because that was interesting. The pain's so constant, like my stomach's full of rats. I feel like this is all I am now. There isn't an inch of me that doesn't hurt. And then he's like, I'm about to brew some coffee, and he's like all smiles about it. And he's just like, yeah, Yanto's just fucking depressed. He just wants to die. He's just doing his job, but he doesn't have a heart anymore. I feel bad for him, for the Cyberwoman like bullshit that happened. Like, that fucked him. That really did fuck him. I like that it fucked him this hard, Yanto. Because like that, I feel like that cements further his actions in that episode. Because if he would have gone to just, I'm okay now, I'm just the guy who does shit. If he had gone to that after that episode, I would have been a little bit disappointed, maybe even upset. Because his actions on that episode, on the Cyberwoman episode, are the actions of someone who's just like really, really feeling for this chick, for this girlfriend. And the fact that her death fucked him this hard, to the point that every day he's just like, I want to die. In previous episode we got that a little bit, and this episode that's all he's thinking. He's just doing stuff, and he's like, this is all I'm doing. I just feel pain every day, every time. And then just like, you want some coffee? Okay, I hate my life. Like, and just walks away. Like, the fact that that's just his life now, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that retroactively makes that Cyberwoman episode like better. Because it really did fuck him as hard as you felt it did. Like, that wasn't an act. That was legit. So I like that. I like that a little bit. What else? I'm trying to think about what. Yeah, I'm gonna skim through the episode a little bit, see what else to talk about here. So Jack, you cannot hear Jack's thoughts, and I thought that it was because Jack refused to have any thoughts. Like, he forced himself not to think anything in order to trick it, because he was suspicious. But no, he like, you just can't hear Jack's thoughts. And Tosh said it's because it felt like you were dead or something, and Jack was like, yeah, maybe. So that's interesting. Is that like a side effect of being immortal, or does Jack just not think about things, like, at all? Like, at some point he just stopped thinking, like Cars in JoJo Part 2. I don't think that's the case. I feel like you need to think. I feel like that's a pretty essential part of being alive. So I don't think I will say Jack just stopped thinking after a certain point of being immortal. But yeah, that happened. I feel like I needed to point it out. So I like the moment where so Mary tells Tosh that there's actually like good that can come from the pendant. And I like that Tosh went out and started listening into people, and it was actually good because she kept hearing the thoughts of random people walking by, and she was actually like happy with it. She was actually having fun with it, and it's because she kept realizing people have their like stupid struggles, and they have like their own lives that are not going as great like mine right now. And I feel like it could be like a level of like, oh, it's nice to know that I'm not alone facing the world. Like, I'm not alone in my struggles. Other people also have to deal with all that shit all the time. You know, it is a comfort of like, this is what life is. This is what being human is. Like it's not just this, like, I just hate my life. It sucks. It's not like, no. This is just what everyone's life is. We have our ups. We have our downs. We have the randomest jokes that you hear from random people. Like this dude just going like, Mr. Vaughn, we've been expecting you. We expect you to die. And then she just starts laughing. And it's like, yeah, that's what being human is. That's what the human experience is like. So she just randomly put that. And then she just started hearing to people's struggles, people's life, people's like dumb jokes. And then she's like, yeah, this is humanity. And then she heard the guy going like, I'm going to kill him. 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 And then she's like, all right, I'm going to stop it. And then she did. And I like that. I was thinking like, can you like stop injustice from happening? Can you stop a crime? If you just hear someone being like, I'm going to murder someone, and then you follow them, and that's exactly what she did. She just came from behind and hit him with a golf glove and knocked him out immediately. And she saved them. She saved the woman. She saved the child from getting killed by a fucking sawed-off shotgun, I believe it was. It was fucking wild. So yeah, and she stopped that, and it was great, and I like that she did that. But the thing is that it was all a ploy for Mary to make Tosh feel like this thing that she's doing is good because good can come from it. And then she just broke down. She just broke. Tosh just broke. She was just crying in bed, and Mary was just like next door, just smoking, just like, take me to Torchwood. So yeah, she succeeded in breaking Tosh. Like, that's what she did. She manipulated Tosh into breaking so then she could use her. So that wasn't great, but it's what happened, I suppose. Kudos to her plan, because it did work until the end when they just killed her. When they, like, she just took the like, transporter or whatever, and then Jack was like, all right, you can have it. Goodbye. By the way, I changed the coordinates. You're going into the sun. Bye, bitch. And then she just died, I suppose. So there you go. She's just disintegrated in the sun. So there you go. We just killed her. I like that in Torchwood, we just kill people. Like, we don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. Usually the doctor would, like, I don't know, like, exile you on, like, a random ass planet that wouldn't have, like, no one in it, or, like, no one that you could hurt. Like, that could be a thing. Jack is just like, no, you're dead. You're going into the fucking sun, bitch. Like, you just murdered like 20 people over I don't know how many years by ripping off their hearts and eating them. So fuck you. You're gone. So that's what happened. All right. Anything else in this episode that was cool? I mean, just having lesbians was cool. And the alien chick is, well, it was interspecies, wasn't it? I suppose so. That alien design isn't even a bad one. If we're talking about like, we just fuck it. Like, there's so many more worse ones. The problem is that she was killing people, so it'd be like that sometimes. All right, so there you go. I feel like that's it for this episode. I don't know if there was anything else to talk about it. It was pretty cool. I like having a Tosh episode. So yeah. The Owen ongoing storyline of fucking like rabbits is gonna keep going. Apparently, it's gonna go hard on it. So there you go. Jack is just a cool badass as usual, and Tosh got some development. Even Yanta got a little bit of development. I talk about it, but Tosh got Tosh is like the straight man of the scene. Like, she is down to earth, serious. Owen says she's got a stick up her ass, and he's wondering if that stick got another stick up its ass. So, you know, that's it. I like that one told Tosh just like, love looks good on you, or something like that. Like this past couple days that you were in like love with the alien chick, it's like, it looked good on you. Love suited you. That's what she said. The last couple days you had a good look about you. Yeah. So it is like encouragement of like, go and find someone if you can. So, all right. So that's what happened. So yeah, I think that's it for this Torchwood episode. I feel like we talk about pretty much everything. Yeah. God, we're good. We're good. Sorry, I'm like, dude, my sleep schedule is really fucked up, and I also haven't eaten like, I don't know, like 10 hours, so I should go and get something to eat now. But yeah, that was Torchwood. That was Greeks bearing gifts. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this Torchwood reaction episode. If you would like to see next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care everyone. Bye!